G'day and welcome to Australia Zoo, my home. Check out the size of that bloke. Let's go and have a look.
Feeding time at the zoo is much more than just the big saltwater crocs. It's everything from the cutest little furry mammals right up to the massive predators, from the mildest to the wildest.
Wow, have a look at that for a set of jaws. And good teeth too. She's got good teeth. Here's a big piece. The amazing thing with Daisy is not that she's hungry, but that she's got a nest. See this big pile over here? This is her nest. Watch what happens if I go near it. Can I have a look at this nest here? Ooh, I might just have a look in this nest. Female alligators get really protective of their nests, and she thinks I'm going to hurt her eggs. So her job is to come up here and kill me. I see you there, sweetheart. Crikey, she's funny, that girl. Ooh, here's the fang. She's sitting there as still as a rock. And this is the technique that all crocodilians use to get their food. They sit there so still that they're like a piece of the environment. And then as soon as there's any ripples around her head, watch what happens. Whammo! Whack! Hit! Pull it back, kill it, and then swallow it. Here she goes. These alligators are quite well known for their expertise in doing the death roll. Okay, here's a piece. Get it. You got it? Get it. Get hold of it. Here he goes. There's the death roll. Go on, Albert, death roll. Death roll, Albert. Death roll. Death roll, Albert. Death roll, Albert. You know what I find with the alligators is they're quite placid. Their temperament is completely different to the Australian saltwater crocodile. These guys are like, well, a bit like a frog with sharp teeth. They have the capacity to kill and eat someone my size. Really, if ever does it happen. I tell you what, the Australian saltwater crocodile, whack! They hit like a ton of bricks. Yeah.
The almighty power and beauty of the crocodile, captured in slow motion as Charlie launches himself into the air to snatch his food. He's a super dangerous croc with the psychological scars of a cruel past. Crikey, he hits hard.
Whip snake.
Where?
It's a Sonoran whip, sitting in the mouth of the cave, look.
Scales are rough.
Have a look at this. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful animal. Glorious. It's just coming out, trying to get the first bit of sun.
Rattle! It's coming from up the creek. It sounds like a big one.
Woo! It's a western diamondback.
Wow, it's a big one too. This place is crawling with snakes.
Gonna have to be really careful here. Just get him out in the open. This is a beauty. It's a big one. Oh, he's fat. Really fat. Just watch out, sweetheart. I just want to get out here into the open. Okay. Let's just see if I can get him. Oh, listen to him hissing. Have a look at this. When the snakes are on, they're on. That cave there.
You watch him, he's getting a bead on your hands.
Just in that cave there, we got the Sonoran whip snake. And then right next door, this western diamondback. Have a look at him, he's grumpy. Now, he hissed at me before. I've never heard a rattler do that. This is more the standard rattler. Look at him. He's arced right up. I just gently manipulated by the tail to get him back out here. where we can deal with him. In that shrubbery, up against that creek bank, I wouldn't have stood a chance. There's no way we could have got a camera in there or we could have got to him at all. He just would have struck out.
Now you can see that position he's in that S-bend. He'd be able to strike out half his body length easily. Mouth open, full tilt. Now the rattler can strike at 150 to 175 miles per hour. That's quicker than a Mike Tyson punch. Real quick, and I tell you what, more potent than a Tyson punch. I'd sooner get hit in the head by Mike Tyson than hit on the leg by this thing. He's got huge venom glands, and that S position is classic.
It's also the perfect home for marine mammals like fur seals and the magnificent sea lion.
There's 2 species of sea lions here on the Galapagos. Now, every day's a good day when you're a sea lion. They love to swim and play and catch fish, but what's unique about them is that they are actually able to use their flippers for climbing. They can climb way up on the rocks in order to bask in the sun.
Wow, no effort at all. These are the fur seals, much smaller and cute. They've got the big eyes. They're quite acrobatic. They can climb up these sheer rock walls with ease, no problem at all. You're a good boy. They get a little bit grumpy. Just a plethora of wildlife. We've got the Sally Whitefoot crab, the sea lion pup, and of course, the famous, legendary marine iguanas of the Galapagos. Nice day.
I find it amazing how all this wildlife lives peacefully at such close quarters. Probably because none of these guys actually eat each other. And because they're so used to living in harmony with every other creature, they seem to accept humans as just another species that wanders through the scene.
I'm not your mother.
Isn't he beautiful? This is actually a bachelor sea lion. He's a male on his own and he's fighting for territory and for girls. He argues with other males by first head-butting a bit, and then they actually puncture each other's necks sometimes with their teeth. You can see the scarring on his neck from other battles. He's just taking a little bit of a break now and recovering from a few arguments.
Over on the shore, Bindi and Dad check out perfect reptile country.
This looks great. Let's have a look here, mate.
Watch your step, it looks awful snaky.
It's a cottonmouth, or water moccasin, one of America's most feared snakes, and Steve won't be able to resist this.
Oh, hey, snake. See the snake, sweetheart?
Cottonmouths are territorial, and that means in circumstance where other snakes would escape, they'll often stand and fight to defend their ground.
Over here, sweetheart, we've got a water moccasin. Can you take Bindi, babe? Hand her over. I got her. Great.
He's really on the move, and I've got to pick my moment to be able to tail him.
This is really dangerous. He can't hear me, but he can certainly see me. Just keeps turning on me.
And I'm nervous, real nervous. Time to pull in a little stick. The venom of the cottonmouth is hemotoxic, very potent. I wouldn't want to take a hit, and he's angry. Keeps showing me his mouth, wants to sink his fangs in.
All right. Oh,
These water moccasins or cottonmouths are actually pit vipers, very similar to rattlesnakes.
It hasn't evolved the tail. Now, the reason it hasn't evolved the tail is probably due to its aquatic existence. And so there's no large hooved animals that are likely to stand on them, so they don't need the rattle. Now, being a pit viper means just like the rattlers, he's got pits between his eye and his nostril. They're heat-sensing pits. Now, these heat-sensing pits, they can tell just the slightest degree of temperature variation, and that'll allow them to line up, whack, and deliver a fatal strike. When they swim with their head high up out of the water, and that's the easy way to tell a cottonmouth from the non-venomous water snakes. Is the perfect, absolute perfect aquatic species. You can see their body structure. Notice they're keeled all the way down there, and even their scales. If you look at their scales, they're even keeled, which is perfect for an aquatic existence.
The thing I love about Africa is tracks. They're called spores.
We're on. Here we go, look at this, fresh prints. There. She's on to me, she's already on to me. Here she goes.
Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world. They run down their prey with pure speed, and Steve's hoping he can keep up long enough to get a good look. She stopped, and there's a whole family group, 2 adults and cubs. 5 cubs, amazing. The average litter is 3, so this is really unusual.
How's this? This is what I've come here for, the Namibian cheetah. Out of all the countries in Africa that have cheetah, Namibia's got the highest percentage of wild cheetah. They've got a really interesting reproductive biology. The female comes on heat, and she indicates that in her urine. So as she sprays around the place, the male will smell that, and then they'll court for a couple of weeks. Mating will take place. Got about a 90-day gestation period, and so she'll use an aardvark hole as her lair, give birth, and then at around 8 weeks, when the babies are weaned off her milk, she'll bring them out into the big wide world, and she's really protective of them. And these little tackers here, they're just about ready for her to start bringing back live animals. So she'll go out and catch something, smaller species like a hare, bring it back, still alive, and she'll teach her babies to capture live food. Another interesting point is there's 2 adults. The smaller one will be the female, and it looks like the other one's a male. Normally, the females are solitary when they've got cubs. And the males grow a little bit bigger than the females.
I'm really pushing my luck to get closer.
For the first time, the heat of the sun is actually working in my favour. These cheetah will just sit in the shade in the peak of the heat. They don't like the heat at all. Oh, she comes. Back up. You're all right. Look at those teeth. She's grumpy. Best I just show her that I'm big. You don't want to attack me. And she's backing off. Thank goodness.
Looks like a young one. Fully grown, a cassowary is over 6 feet tall, and they don't appreciate human company. If she spots us, she'll run, and if we're lucky, it'll be away from us. She's got that armored head that she'll put down and use like a battering ram to slice through the rainforest.
Terry spots a jewel, the jewel of the Cape.
Wow! Woo! This bamboo is the perfect habitat for these beautiful little green pythons. Now, he's called a green python even though he's yellow because when the babies hatch out, they can be this brilliant yellow, orange, brick red. Some of them are even blue. Now, the mother would have laid her eggs here. She'd lay about 1 or 2 dozen eggs. She sits on her eggs, she coils around them, and she vibrates a little bit just to help incubate them. After about 50 days, they hatch out. There's a good chance there's going to be some others around here because they all hatch out in the same area. Have a look at his tail. Right there on the end of his tail, it's that blue color. Now, he uses the end of his tail to twitch or wriggle in order to lure little prey items within grasp. You can see those heat-sensing pits right on the front of his face. He's got the amazing ability to detect heat. You see the lovely pattern down his back? When he grows up, he'll have kind of a blue tinge right along his flanks, and those colors really help him camouflage in this nice bamboo forest.
Hey, Terry! Ter!
Yeah!
I got another one! Check this out. Now, this is probably a brother or sister of that golden one. It's already started to change green. It's going into that brilliant emerald green coloration. Now have a look, the last part to change is down on the bottom end there, the back end right towards the tail. You can see that gold there, and actually, if you have a look there, just on the tip of his tail, come on, give us a look at your tail. Here it comes. It's still that purpley blue colour, the caudal lure colour. Have a look at his head. Got a real arrow-shaped head, typical python structure, and he's got bands that come right back from his snout through his eyes along his head. And that creates a very good camouflage for him. Of course, being a little green python, everything out here in the bush that eats meat would eat one of these. They are in a lot of danger from predators, and that's why camouflage is so important. This kind of foliage, the bamboo, is brilliant. He's heading back up in amongst the thickest part of the bamboo where he is completely safe from predators.